Hello everyone and welcome back to Nara's Tarot. Thank you very much for being here. Today we are going to be channeling in your angelic team to bring in their help desk and ask them a few questions that will be helpful for your situation, okay? So the way that we'll approach this reading is number one, find out what is the question or the situation that you would like to bring to your angel's help desk, and then we'll get the response or the answer or the solution from your angelic team, all right? So there are 3 piles for you today. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So feel free to pause the video here if you'd like to take some time to connect with the piles, and otherwise I will see you at your reading. Hello pile 1 and welcome to your reading. So we're coming to our angel's help desk to find out some kind of answer or solution for the question that you have. Now I shuffled for 2 things. The first card over here is the question or the situation that you are inquiring about. And then the second card over here is the response from your angels, okay? And then we're also going to check out what's underneath the deck. But you only have 2 cards, so it's a very minimal vibe we're going on here. But let's have a look at your situation first. And we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, okay? I feel like your situation is definitely related to how can you free yourself from your own financial circumstances or situation. And I would even extend this to the broader theme of finances, right? Be it career or any obligations that you need to meet, any financial setbacks that you're still healing from, whatever the case may be. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse is you asking your angels, in a way, how can you be financially free? And the nuance to this question that I'm picking up is that not all of you in this pile are thinking of financial freedom in the sense of like wanting to be a millionaire and then you don't have to work for the rest of your life and all of that. Yes, there is that level of richness and abundance that I'm picking up from this pile. However, some of you just want to be free from some kind of financial obligation that has been really dragging you down. Now, the 9 of Pentacles upright is an energy of somebody who has attained some kind of material wealth that allows them to be so independent and allows them to take care of themselves to whichever degree fills their heart, you know. They can do whatever they please. They have a lot of options with their finances, and with options it gives them freedom. And options and the ability to have options comes from abundance. It also comes from, well, having, you know, enough to therefore say that I can choose A, B, or C regardless of price point because I just have enough. And with this card in reverse, I'm picking up a lot of you you're so done having to calculate and count your pennies. You're so done having to always negotiate your financial situation with the world all the time, right? This is counting groceries, counting your pennies when you are paying your utilities bills. Every single thing matters, and it's just a very stressful thought to have. And so the question to your angels is, how do I free myself from this kind of burden where I'm not able to take care of myself? I'm not able to do the things that I want to do because I have all of these pressing financial things that I have to look after. All right, so let's have a look at what your angel's response is. And we have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups, first of all, is in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith image, it shows somebody looking at the 3 cups they have and them not noticing that there's a new cup coming into their space, into their field. And so the 4 of Cups is a lesson of awareness, of observation, of not missing out on the bigger picture by overly focusing on the things that are right in front of us. This image here is pretty interesting because instead of that 3 cup and then that 1 cup coming in image from the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith image, this shows us 4 cups in a mirroring way. They're mirroring each other. And so the observation or the awareness that your angels want to bring to you is which areas of your life can you look into that are showing you some patterns that will be found also within your financial situation, because your angels are saying that the solution comes from noticing and recognizing where those patterns and cycles keep repeating. Whether it is a pattern of self-sabotage, whether it's a pattern of maybe even people pleasing, and therefore we're working in a job, or we're spending time with people, or we're doing things just to please others but not please ourselves. Nine of Pentacles is very much about pleasing ourselves. There's Nine of Pentacles also talks about self-worth. So have you not been recognizing your self-worth, and how has that impacted your ability to earn as well? How has that impacted your ability to state your worth and be okay making that amount in financial terms, knowing that that's what you're worth, and be okay making that amount? So the Four of Cups here is that kind of like as above, so below concept over here. If we don't have the self-worth, we're also going to struggle justifying our worth in the material sense. If we are always afraid of taking risks, then we might see the same pattern appear in the financial choices that we make. So the solution your angels is saying is that it's so near yet so far. That's the Four of Cups energy for you. It's the solution is right underneath your feet. And it's all about observation to notice what exactly that problem is and to nip it in the bud. So I feel like for many of you, this is something that it'll just require some training and observation to notice. But the moment you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. You won't be able to unsee what the pattern or the issue really was that was preventing you from attaining that kind of financial independence that you are looking to. Okay? Underneath the deck, we do have the Champion of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so another message from your angels is that with the Knight of Wands, this is an energy of a knight that charges ahead with their passion, with their excitement for life. There's a lot of vitality when we think of the Knight of Wands. And your angels want you to restore that back into your life and not make finances the limiting factor to how well or how brightly you live your life. Your light doesn't dim because of your material circumstances. And I feel like some of you might have dimmed your light because you felt that materially you weren't at the place that you would like to be. And you're experiencing the limitations from a very real place, right? You're noticing that there are many areas in life where you're limited in the 3D because of these financial constraints. But that does not mean that you need to constrain your light, or that does not mean that you are somehow lesser than just because there's lesser in your bank account compared to somebody else. And also your angels want to point out that a lot of these comparisons, you never really know what is going on in someone's bank account. Like, it's hard to tell unless they show it to you straight up. It's hard to tell based on someone's appearances or someone's dressing or someone's sense of, I don't know, like how they carry themselves, right? It's hard to tell. So you can't really put a good basis of comparison between yourself and others just from appearances alone. So there's also a message here about turning that energy back towards yourself and just focusing on you, just focusing on what is best for you, not trying to get peer pressured into feeling like you're lesser than just because you don't have something that somebody else has. If you need to get away from social media for a bit, just to stay away from the noise of everybody talking about trends and all of the new stuff that they bought, hauls and all that, right? If you need to stay away from that, do that as well. But sidetrack, coming back to the Champion of Wands here, the message is to live your life now, not when you have money, but live your life right now. And I think what's also liberating and what's going to contribute to your independence is knowing that you can have a really good life and be able to live well no matter how much you have in in your bank account. There's something about this being a state of mind, and I understand, I can hear it. I can hear it that yes, obviously, all of us need to go to the grocery store to buy things in order to have a good quality of life. I hear that. Your angels are simply saying that there's something about our mindset that if we have a poor mindset when it comes to our self-worth, for instance, even if you have a shit ton of money in your bank account, you may still be miserable throughout life because you just can't feel your worth. So there's an element of this champion of wands saying that go out there, go live your life, live fully, live brightly, live loudly, live like how you want to live, and don't let anything dim your light, because it's gonna be the same regardless of how much money you have. All right, so let's check out your oracle cards now to see what else your angels want to share with you. Ooh. Okay, let me do that again. Alrighty, we have number 15, be the real you, freedom, authenticity, uniqueness, and courage. This was the very last message we were just picking up with the Knight of Wands. It's stepping out into the real world with the real version of you, not dimming your light, not hiding any part of yourself, and not trying to fit into clothes that you don't even fit in, like you're trying to wear a size too small, you're trying to fit into shoes that are not meant for your feet. Don't do that. Your angels are saying that one way to your financial freedom is by being real to yourself, is by showing up as the real you. If some of you are wanting to build some kind of social following, showing up as the real you also will help you to gain the kind of followers that you want to have. People who actually appreciate you and the value that you bring, and that you don't have to pretend to be something that you're not in front of these people. Okay, so be the real you. Underneath the deck, we have your desires are within reach, and this is in reverse, and the keywords are disbelief, stubbornness, apathy, and anxiety. So some of you pretty much feel like your desires are totally out of reach. It's going to be impossible. There's a part of you that is so that feels so disillusioned by this journey that you can't really quite believe that it's going to be possible for you. And your angels are saying that even that's not the real you, because the real you has so much faith and strength and courage. And so the moment you step into this authentic version of yourself, I think this kind of negativity will also shift away, and you'll be able to see that you are so much bigger than the doubts. You're so much bigger than this kind of energy of disbelief, that this does not hold a candle next to the faith that you have, next to the strength of your spiritual team, next to all of the wisdom that you've gained over the years. That disbelief is nothing. The fear is nothing compared to everything that you know, and everything that you can use at your disposal to get to that financial independence. Okay, let's have a look at our Moonology cards now to see what else what else your angels want you to know actually. Alrighty. And we have here, your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. Yes, beautiful. You've been working hard, and this is great confirmation that it's working out, okay? We have emotions are running high, super moon, as well as hold your vision, fixed moon. Yeah, hold your vision. Hold steadfast to it, pile number 1, because something is it is in the works, okay? And I know that regardless of whatever feelings you guys have, whether it's anxiety or some kind of stress about this situation, you're still pushing ahead because your hard work is, you're still working hard towards it. So hold your vision. It was a strange pronunciation, but hold your vision, hold the faith. Things will be working out in no time for you. And also, this emotions are running high card. It also has an idea of things reaching some kind of boiling point, like things reaching a pivotal moment where it's able to cross some kind of threshold. So I wouldn't be surprised that you're feeling a lot of intensity also, because you're noticing that you're entering a new frequency in your life as well, and that's rising above to meet a higher version of you. Okay, we have look at the bigger picture of full moon in Sagittarius. That is very much the Four of Cups. Very much the Four of Cups energy, to just See beyond, see beyond the mundane is what I'm hearing. See beyond just the everyday nitty gritty stuff that you're dealing with and look at the bigger picture, which is your vision. Okay. Now let's see what else your angels want you to know. Okay, that took a hot minute, but here we are. Your card is You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. This is that Be the Real You card. This was that Knight of Wands as well. You're not for everyone, and that is absolutely okay. Because you will find your tribe, you will find your people. Just face your true north, face your path and face your purpose, and you will meet the people who are meant to find you along the way, okay? Power One, you have to believe that this is working out for you. Your tribe will find you, okay? Oh my God. And look at the next card. You have You Are Not Alone. You're not alone. When you face your true north, you will find your tribe and you will find your people and you will know that you're not alone, okay? The keywords here are isolation, physical connection, and community. Yes, you will find your people, okay? So especially for those of you who are looking to build like a social following, you're looking to build some kind of community, or maybe you just want to reach a wider group of people to be able to support the goals that you have, you will find your community. Okay, underneath the deck we have star bathing, light body, crystal grid transmission, and activation. So I want to say pay attention to your dreams, just because we have this lady lying here. Pay attention to your dreams because you might be getting some downloads and receiving communication and messages from your angels, your higher self, spirit as well, through these dream time downloads. Okay, now I will be drawing from this angelic deck. I can't remember what angelic deck this is, but it's an angel deck. And we're gonna get answers for you. So you are free to ask 3 questions, and you can pause the video here to think about the 3 questions that you have, and I'll get 3 cards for you, but I won't interpret the cards too much, okay? So we have our first question for you. All right, the answer for your first question is get more information. Okay, and your second question? Ooh. And it is within the next few months. Okay, and your third question is if you believe. All right, very cool. And finally, we're gonna get some affirmations from your angels just to close off this reading. And your affirmation is everything happens according to divine timing for the best results. Beautiful. And underneath the deck we have today I choose hope. Amazing. So pile number 1, this is your reading. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope that this reading brought you the clarity that you were seeking, and I look forward to reading for you guys in future as well, okay? Bye now. Hello Pal 2 and welcome to your reading. We are arriving at your angel's help desk to get some helpful information about your situation, alright? And so the way that I have shuffled your tarot cards is in 2 batches. The first 3 cards over here will show us what is the situation or the question that you have for your angels. And you can use this part of the reading as confirmation for you. And then the next 2 cards was your angel's response, alright? So let's check them out together. For your situation, we have the 3 of Cups, the Star in reverse, as well as the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. The thing about your situation is that I feel like you're getting, it's a mismatch between your own internal perception of yourself and who people think you are. And right now, with the Three of Cups over here, you have amazing people around you. People who love you for who you are and people who want the best for you. But you're also noticing that it's not the full truth about who you are. And that's something that only you know about yourself with the Star and the Page of Wands. This is something that you and your higher self knows. That's what the Star card is saying. And the Page of Wands is saying that the light that you carry inside of you, the life that you have, your life force energy, what keeps you going every day, what keeps you alive, what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel that life is worth living, all of those things, you know it inside of yourself, and you know where the misalignment really, really is. And so I think the question for you to your angels is, in some ways, how do we reconcile the difference between who you are, who you know you are on the inside, and who you present yourself to be on the outside? It's an interesting case because especially with the Three of Cups here, you're not saying that, the people around you are completely unaware or completely misaligned with you, because I think you still have a lot of love for these people, and clearly with the Three of Cups, they also want good things for you. There's an energy of harmony over there, but you know that you have other desires for life, other values maybe. The Star also points to how maybe you have a very different direction in life compared to the people around you, and owning up to that, admitting that, and living that life, living something that's different from other people, it still takes courage, even if you're surrounded by people that love you. So we're here trying to reconcile this difference, and let's check out what our angels have to say about that, okay? You have the Four of Cups. Wow, because Pal 1 also got the Four of Cups for their answer to their angels. So our angels are kind of like saying to us that, like, it's right there. The solution is always right beneath your feet. You just need to pay attention and you'll find it. Okay, but we have the Four of Cups, and we also have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Ooh, okay. Okay, so starting out with the Four of Cups, to dive a little bit deeper into this card, the Four of Cups talks about observation and awareness. It shows someone who is staring at their Three Cups and pretty much not noticing that a fourth cup has entered in. And what does the cup mean? The cup is information, is help, is support. Cups are, in a way, emotional energy, but it's also divine flow. That water energy is that divine flow coming in, and flow helps us to move things, helps us to get unstuck, helps us to perhaps be able to see more clearly because we're shifting positions through the flow that has come in. So there's some kind of new information coming through that is already helping you to reconcile this difference over here. And part of it comes with this Knight of Cups in reverse. And the Knight of Cups comes with a question from your angels. Who are you living for? Who are you living for? Who are you living for, pile number 2? Because the Knight of Cups, he delivers this cup to his intended destination, right? And this cup is meant for someone. There is a destination to it. There is a very specific address that the cup has to go to. And the question from your angels back to you is, well, when you think of extending your cup, your divine flow, your divine inspiration, your feelings of love and compassion and joy, who does this go to? Because right now it almost feels like it's going, a lot of it is being, you're living for other people with the Three of Cups, and maybe you're not so much living for yourself with the Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups here. And think about it, if you were the Knight of Cups and you knew that you were going off on a tangent and you were going towards an address that didn't order this cup, it would make his entire mission completely ridiculous because it's a waste of time, So when you think about your address, right, where do you want to send your divine energy to? Is your divine energy and flow in the form of the cup going towards somebody else, or do you want to pour it back to you and to the things that matter to you? I think the answer is very clear, but sometimes when we're going through day-to-day life, we get really caught up in the circumstances that we're dealing with that we forget the basics, right? We forget the foundation. And that's not a criticism to you at all, but that's just a very fact of life. Like sometimes when we just go through life and the busyness and the craziness of all of it, it's really easy to forget, like, hey, actually, I'm here to live life for me. And when I live life for me, I can also be the best version of myself for the people around me. So it's not a selfish choice. It doesn't mean that you're only thinking of yourself and nobody else. No, when you think of yourself, that's the best way that you can therefore then show up and think for your community, think for the people that matter to you, think for the causes and the issues in this world that truly mattered for you and show up to it. So the Knight of Cups is calling for you to turn the horse around and go into the direction of where this cup was intended to go to. So I think your angels are also calling for you to do a little bit of like a life audit, if you will. Just figure out like, hey, am I spending a lot of time doing something that maybe doesn't bring me that level of joy or fulfillment or satisfaction that I want to have? And if so, can there be certain changes that be made to, let's say, my schedule or my routine? Or maybe there are some bigger changes that I would like to make that I have to plan for so that it's something that is set in motion for the next few months or maybe even few years, right? That I will eventually get my horse back on track, but I have to turn around. I have to bring all of this back on track, okay? Underneath the deck for you, we have here the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Very, very, very interesting because the Three of Pentacles is collaboration and also kind of like working with other people. There's an idea of teamwork over here, but this Three of Pentacles feels very isolated. So on the one hand, this is your work, is what your angels are calling to remind you that your life is your life's work. And it's something that you will have collaborators coming to help you and partnerships coming to help you, of course, but your life's work is your responsibility. And how you show up to your life's work is also how the universe, how spirit, how source, how your angels will show up to your life's work. And they are right there with you, but they need you to also show up to it. They need you to also be right there with them, working on it, improving it, making the most out of the time you have on planet Earth. Yeah. So it's time to do a little bit of like an audit and get back on track with where we want to be in life. Okay. So let's have a look at your what am I trying to say here? Let's have a look at the oracle cards now to see what else your angels want you to know. Woo! Okay, that shot out. But you have here a shower of prosperity, wealth, opportunity, success, and manifestation. So have a look at that, Pal 2. I mean, this is available to you, which is what your angels are saying. Especially if many of you are wanting to manifest a higher level of wealth and success and prosperity. If that is your true north with the star card here and you want to face that direction, this is possible. So sometimes when we are in like communities, especially with the Three of Cups, right, we kind of like aggregate ourselves to the average in the community, and there's some resistance from the group, right, to be different. It's very normal. It's part of community. And I think what Spirit wants to, or what your angels want to remind you is that, hey, if you want to do something extraordinary, you want to do something exceptional, then yeah, go for it, because this is available to you. And it's not to say that your community or the people around you don't support that. In fact, you might be surprised that they do. And they want the best for you. And they don't see that as a weird or a challenge or a threat to their sense of community with you. No, your success is yours and they want you to have it. All right? Let's get you one more card from this deck here. Whoa, okay. And we have here, open your heart to love, and this card came out in reverse. It is absent, resentment, stubbornness, and independent. Okay. Underneath the deck, we've got evolution in reverse, and the keywords are anxiety, unexpected, distracted, and resistant. So one thing about manifestation is that a lot of times it definitely has to do with the heart chakra. It's not something that I think people talk about a lot just because it's a little bit unexpected. But from what I have learned, it's hard to manifest something if you don't feel for it. It's hard to go and drive and have the ambition and the drive towards something if you don't have some kind of emotional connection to it. And so ask yourself if you've closed the door on some kind of deep felt, how do you say it? Heartfelt, like deeply heartfelt emotion that you have towards a specific life goal. Have you closed the door to that? And what would happen if you were to reopen that chapter and reopen that door and experience that pull again? I feel like some of you closed the door in the past because there was some setbacks and challenges that you experienced, but you're at a time right now where it's available to you, but this opportunity over here in this card, it's available to you to actually reopen this chapter, reopen this door, and start again. And the interesting thing is you have a lot of cards, right? You have the Four of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Three of Cups, and all of it has a connection with the emotional energy that wants to come through in your life, that wants to show you something, that wants to give you some kind of information and data to help you to process and figure out what next steps you can take to go to the place that you want to be. Your emotions are actually really intelligent and they want to help you on this journey, okay? So they're definitely not something to be feared or not something to be wary of, but something to tap into. Okay, let us check out what is going on, what else your angels want you to know in the Moonology deck. And we have here North Node. Look at that. We were talking about facing your true north, and you have North Node, step out of your comfort zone. As well as have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. Yeah. Your angels are helping you to build a lot more confidence, to really step out into that uncomfortable space of starting something new, starting something maybe for some of you again, doing something, revisiting some kind of chapter, revisiting some kind of dream that you might have left on the back burner for a while. Have faith in your dreams, pile number 2, and step out of your comfort zone and go and meet the life that you've been dreaming of, okay? Underneath the deck, we have the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini, okay? So pay attention. Your angels are also communicating with you and giving you answers to some of your questions. Now let's see what else your angels have for you. Wow, these two cards actually, pile number 1, exactly these two cards, pile number 1 got them. I'm not very sure that's for you. It might be just this deck because it's a little bit new, so the cards tend to like bunch up together, but I'll show them to you. You're not alone and you're not for everyone is the card. And it's basically, it's pretty relevant for your reading because it's also reminding you to do your thing, step out on your path, and remember that you'll find the people that will resonate with the kind of thing that you want to do, okay? But it may or may not be your cards. Let's see. But let's just shuffle again. If it is yours, they will come out again. Okay. And we have here Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Okay. Oof. And we have Emphatic Starseed, Energetic Sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Ooh. Underneath the deck, we have Earth School, Life Lessons, Soul Growth, Study, and Higher Learning. Okay, so the message over here is that some of you just have been absorbing a lot of energy, a lot of downloads, and a lot of frequencies that are just not yours, with this emphatic star seed, you've been absorbing a lot of energy that's not yours, and that comes a lot from that Three of Cups that we were looking at before. Again, it's not to say that the people around you are trying to force something onto you. In fact, I don't really pick up that energy at all. But it's more so that you've been absorbing a lot of their thoughts and their limiting beliefs and their values and their perspectives in life, and it may not entirely be yours. You can have a very different perspective and therefore a very different outcome in life, and you don't have to adapt or adopt their limiting beliefs. Just because they say that something was not possible for them doesn't mean that it's the same for you. All right, so seek the light by staying grounded, this Star's Keeper card. I really like that message, because what helps you to stay grounded to your path is by bringing in your own wisdom and living that day to day. And we need a lot of reminders to stay true to that side of ourselves, to stay in integrity with that side of ourselves, regardless of what's going on around the world. Because we will always face people with so many different perspectives and so many different, things they want to say, do, believe in, right? And it's hard to find kindred spirits. It's hard to find somebody who is entirely aligned with you. And maybe even me saying that is a limiting belief. Maybe it's not hard, I don't know. But what I am trying to say is that staying grounded in your own beliefs, in your own wisdom, in your own light is a daily devotion and a daily practice. And that will help you to remember who you are and what you're here to do. Okay, so the next part of this reading, I just want to channel 3 answers from your angels. So if you have 3 questions in mind, just pause the reading here to sort out those 3 questions, and we'll get you 3 responses from your angels, okay? And I won't interpret these cards for you. I really feel iffy about that, so I want to actually ask properly, so we'll do that again. But this is the response for question 1. Okay, question 1, you have reconsider and no. A very clear message from your angels there. Let me just set this down. And question 2. Ooh. Okay, and the 2 cards you have is it's up to you and yes. And for question 3, okay, we have listen to your intuition and a year from now. All right, and finally, let us grab you some affirmations from your angels just to close off this reading over here. And you have, I don't need to control life. I trust in magic and miracles. Beautiful. So pile number 1, pile number 2, this is what I see for your reading. Oh, hang on, let's check out underneath the deck. It says here, my intuition is strong and clear. I trust the voice within. Again, listen to your intuition. Okay, so actually now is the end of the reading. Thank you guys for being here. I hope this reading brought you the clarity that you are seeking, and I look forward to reading for you guys in future again, okay? Bye now. All right, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. This is your Angels Help Desk. So let us look into the message from your angels about your question, okay? So the way that I shuffle your tarot cards is in 2 batches. The first card over here was to check out the question that you have. And then the next 2 cards over here are the responses from your angels, all right? And then we'll also look at what's underneath the deck in a moment. But let's check out your question or your situation that you need clarification for right now. And we have the World. Oh, very interesting, because the World is the final card in the Major Arcana, and it represents completion, endings, and also success and victory after a long journey, having gone through everything and emerging victorious at the end of it. So I hear that for some of you, your question is, how do you get to this point in your life? How do you attain this state where you can learn the lessons you need to learn, overcome the challenges that are before you, and emerge victorious? it's kind of a big question that you guys are thinking of, I must say. And just you're wondering what that would look like for you. For some of you in this pile, not all of you, but some of you, you have recently attained a new level of success in your life. And this could be something that you've been working towards for a long time and you finally got it. And now that you're there, you're also wondering, well, what's next for me? You know, like, where do I go from here? Because this peak was all that I had ever been thinking of for the longest time. And now that I'm here, I want to know what's my next mission or my next purpose. You know, what's ahead for me. So pretty interesting question you have there, pile number 3. Let's check out what your angels have to say, okay? The first card is Empress. And then we have the Magician. Wow. Okay, you have 3 major arcana cards, which is major arcana cards tend to bring a lot more of a they come in with a more significant energy, message, and reading. So you definitely have something here that requires attention and careful observation to understand what's for you, okay? Because this is not a small question that you're asking, and your angels have not responded with are not responding to this lightly at all. In fact, they are coming to you with very serious guidance. Well, serious is a word to use it, but you know, they're coming to you with the same level of seriousness as you are looking at this question. Anyway, you have the Empress and the Magician. The first response from your angels is that it takes time to cook up the next thing. And right now, you're in that cooking phase with the Empress card. You're in that gestation phase, if you will, where it's in between processes. In that you just completed one, and now you are waiting to receive the next instruction. So they also want you to know that it's normal that you might feel a little bit lost at this point, because it is a time for integration and for things to germinate and grow, all right? The other interesting parallel is that when we think about the world, we also think about somebody graduating from some kind of experience and entering a new world. And that very much is also the experience of like birth, right, with the Empress here. And she is a channel for birth. In this card here, the Empress is pregnant. So she is a portal for birth, and you are being birthed into a new world. Pile number 3, you are being birthed into a new frequency, into a new reality. And your angels also want you to give yourself more room and space to experience this new world and to understand where you are inside of it, where you stand, what this means for all of you, for you, because it feels a little bit like you're rushing into the process with the world to the Empress here, and they just want to make sure that you take that time to orientate yourself to this new world. The other message for you with the Magician here is that you're gonna know what you're being called to do, and the calling will find you. It will call for you. So I feel like you don't have to worry too much about what that is or trying to define it right now, because with the Magician here, you're not going to be someone that stays idle for a long time. You're actually going to be finding your path pretty soon. So rest assured that it will find you and you will find it. The other thing about the Magician also is that for some of you, you might be doing the same thing, but at a higher level. This is, for instance, you guys graduating from, let's say, being a manager and going into like a senior leadership position within the company. Like it's graduating to a higher level and doing something on a higher frequency compared to what you were before. This could be in business, this could be in any sort of thing that you're managing, you know, fill in the blanks for yourself. That's with the Magician. And there is an idea here with Empress and Magician as well of abundance and manifestation as a theme for you. How would you like to use your wealth, or how would you like to use the wealth of time, resources, energy that you have for things that matter to you? And I will allow you to fill in the blanks, because that's how you can also create value for yourself and for the people around you. That's how you can create more value in general, right? By being of value and being of service and being of value to something or someone else. That's how you also generate more value for yourself. So there's something about the Empress and Magician that knows how to create value in the world, and therefore it's a reflection of you knowing how to create value in your world as well, and you're very good at doing that. So there will be no questions about how you will perform in this new reality. You're going to absolutely crush it, and you just don't have to worry too much about your next steps, okay? Underneath the deck, we have the King of Wands in reverse for you. Yeah. The King of Wands is a very, well, some of his traits are that he is very action-driven, he is spontaneous, he takes initiative, and you could say he's pretty entrepreneurial as well as the King of Wands. He is always on the move and planning his next steps. With this card in reverse, what I feel your angels are pointing out is that you guys are very not used to sitting down and not doing anything. Like, it's not you to just be idle. So at this point where you're like kind of like wondering what to do about yourself and your life, it feels like you're making a mistake and you're wasting time, but you're really not, okay? You are not the King of Wands. This is not your energy. And in fact, this King of Wands in reverse is saying that there's a moment where we are just considering where to set up the next fire, right? Where to set up the next home base. And we're not just spontaneously combusting everywhere. We're being intentional about it. And so that's the time that we're taking to intentionally set up home base in a different place, all right? So that's your reading. Let's have a look at your oracle cards now to see what else your angels want you to know, all right? Okay, we have here, have confidence, strength, balance, prepared, and tranquil. So I think some of you are at this point as well where you're basically juggling a lot of different interests and needs. There are a lot of things that you have to manage and be responsible for. And at this point in time in your life, it's also about doing that well and just continuing that. It's okay to just do more of and just continue that. You know, you don't have to add one more thing to this balancing stick. I mean, it's already enough, you know, so keep doing that, have confidence, and, you know, cross to the finish line with whatever you have on your plate right now, okay? The next card is You're Ready, and it says here momentum, validation, encouragement, and prepared. So you know that you're ready. Okay. Another message for some of you is that with the World card, you guys are ready to move on, and you guys are ready to graduate from some kind of experience, and you're at the cusp of it, which is what this Have Confidence card is also saying. So you're literally at the cusp of completing this chapter and this cycle. So just keep doing that. Have confidence that you'll be able to cross this tightrope that you're balancing on, regardless of how, you know, you probably have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of different things that you're taking care of, and your angels want to remind you that you got it. You got it, okay? So do it with a smile on your face. You're ready to cross over and take off the training wheels and arrive at a new and different frequency for yourself, okay, pile 3. Underneath that, we have everything's okay. Reassurance, support, guidance, and overseen are the keywords. And we have big news from the universe coming through, so pay attention. There's some major news, all right? But everything's okay. So that's reassuring from your angels. Let's see what else they want you to know over here. We have the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Okay. Again, with that You're Ready card with momentum. So momentum is repeated twice over here. And so a lot of you are quite literally coming into the finishing line of something. You've been working so hard for something for a very long time, and you're finally closing that chapter. be it finally getting the promotion that you're looking for, or getting to that level of success in your business, or maybe this is graduation and finally actually completing your school assignments and graduating from a big test. The energy is gaining momentum for you to complete all of that in a really, really amazing way, okay? You then have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. I want to point out that eclipse season is happening around the time that I'm filming this, so pay attention to that. It might be, eclipse season might bring you some important insights, but yeah, it will also bring you really big, explosive, powerful changes. So expect that, guys, expect that, okay? Underneath the deck, we have your hard work is paying off. Yeah, absolutely. You've been working hard and you will see the results of it. Now let's see what else your angels want you to know. Ooh, we have quite a number of cards here, but let's have a look. We have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision, guys. This is happening. You are being born. You're entering some kind of new reality, and it feels very exciting. It feels like something that you've been working so hard towards for such a long time, and it's a very, very palpable, kind of like visceral feeling. And it's just like, wow, my heart is beating out of its chest right now, out of my chest right now, because it just feels like something that's so rewarding. Okay, so keep the vision, it's happening. We have I'm sorry, defenseless, righting past wrongs and uprooting. We have here We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. That is that Empress card, definitely. And then we have here Star Family, you're part of a team of souls, call in support. Okay, so this card over here is very interesting, the I'm sorry card, because it adds a new layer to this reading that we haven't yet quite seen. Yeah, and that is to forgive. That is to forgive yourself and forgive others, and also to seek for forgiveness, right? And a lot of times this is very helpful when we're crossing over into a new frequency, because we don't want to be carrying baggage from the past into our new reality. So take some time if you want to do some forgiveness work, if you want to just honor your past self and honor the people in your life and just show them that gratitude, whether it is actually or energetically, right? Whatever is most appropriate for you, but do that forgiveness work so that you can uproot any past baggage and be able to start that chapter with a clean slate. But you are definitely birthing into a new reality for sure, with birth as a portal. And also you will receive support, Star Family over here. You're part of a team of souls, and you came here together with your own soul tribe to fulfill the things that you needed to do with your time on earth. And so your angels want to remind you that you have people around you who will celebrate you and support you on this new journey. So call upon them, okay? Underneath the deck, we have big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas. So I don't really know that much about Pleiades energy, but if you guys are into that, you would know what this means for you. But yeah, big picture thinking, it's seeing the vision, seeing that this will lead to so much more, that this ending and this kind of like achievement that you accomplish, it is an end in and of itself, but it will also bring you so much more. It will open up so many more doors. And so just be prepared, my pal threes, like you are entering a very, very, very exciting new reality. Okay, I want to take a look at these next cards over here to answer 3 questions that you may have. Okay, so if you would like to pause this reading right now to just formulate your 3 questions, you can do that, and we'll just get 3 sets of cards from your angels over here, and I won't interpret these cards too much. All right, so for question 1, you have we have helpful people. Question 2, we have no. And question 3, we have take action. Okay, and finally, I want to grab you some affirmation cards from your angels just to see what they want to close this reading off for you. And it says here, it is safe for me to explore unknown worlds and try new things. And underneath the deck, we have, I listen to the intuitive wisdom of my own feelings. I am guided from within. Beautiful. So pile number 3, this is your reading. I hope it brought you the clarity that you were seeking. And I look forward to reading for you guys in future as well, okay? Bye now.